What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the skill nodes in Doom 3 and what to expect with them, how that first node can be really tricky, probably the hardest node out of the 3 skill nodes, and can really mess you up, especially with a bug with the hell is there in Kestrel. We'll talk about that one a little bit, kind of to cover what to do with node 2 and the boss node. Honestly, the boss node is like the easiest node out of the whole thing. Kind of surprising, but we're going to break down all 3 nodes today and kind of talk about what to do for each node. So if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful and informative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's just dive right in. So my skill roster is going to be the 3 Secret Avengers, obviously, plus Kestrel, plus Shang-Chi. Now, I have some very well-built Secret Avengers here, and these guys should be able to take you up through quite a few levels of difficulty. Sharon Carter, I'm going to upgrade at some point. I've got Stryker on her just because of her basic, where that she can double tap with this and reduce the speed bar on the enemy target by 50% with that. I've also got Stryker on Kestrel because, you know, just the constant attacks with her. When someone has defense down, they get hit, she attacks. She's got plenty of damage. She's great. Shang-Chi, I have Raider on just because he gets a lot of bonus crit chance through his passive, where if he has deflect, he gains 35% bonus crit chance and 20% block amount. He's going to be getting a lot of deflects as the fight goes on. So Raider's an easy choice for him. Skirmisher on Captain America because he gives a lot of counter, but also this allows you to kind of get a reliable setup for both Kestrel and Sharon if you need it with their attacks. And then Healer on Maria Hill. When on her passive in raids, when someone blocks, she is able to heal that character for 25% of this character's max health. Yeah, the Healer is just an easy choice for her in terms of this raid, especially in this raid. Doom 3, it's not too hard, but at least the skill nodes. But if you start letting the enemies get moving, you're going to take a lot of damage. So you really need a reliable healer on your team, and that's where Maria comes into play. There are quite a few unblockable attacks that you'll find in these skill nodes. So, you know, you won't always get that guaranteed heal with her passive there, but, you know, just with her massive health pool and everything, it's nice to have a healer there. So that's who I'm running with these nodes. And let's just kind of go into the footage here. And I'm going to talk about node 1 quite a bit because there's a couple tricky things. Number 1, there's a Yelena that starts out in stealth pretty much. And if you let her use her ultimate, you're done. Like, that ultimate slaps. It will pretty much one-shot a full health Kestrel. And that ultimate is also unblockable. So you're not going to get any damage mitigation with it. And, yeah, it's just not a good time. Like, here, I tried to use the ultimate on Red Guardian to try and clear his taunt. That didn't work. What I should have done, actually, I'll show you guys a better attempt here in a second. But, yeah, I'm pretty much showing you what not to do right now, because if you let that Yelena go off, as you'll see here in a moment, actually we'll fast forward a little bit. Look at that. So, yeah, just unblockable attack, and especially as you go up in the difficulty levels, that ultimate is going to one-shot enemies. So you cannot let that go. So you have to kill Yelena before she can use her ultimate here. So with that out of the way, let me show you what you should be really doing here. Number 1, use the special with Kestrel. You want to go ahead and get defense down on Yelena. We'll tag, yeah, that way we can just get her tagged here. And, you know, get some defense down on that Thor and that Red Guardian. Use the ultimate here from Shang-Chi. That's going to hit everybody. Freezes out because thanks, Marvel Strike Force. And that right there kills off Yelena, at least for me. Now, I also have the ability to use the special with Sharon to get more adjacent target damage. I can use the ultimate from Sam to also, you know, damage her. But pretty much your priority is use anything you can to get rid of that Yelena. Because that's outside of the 2 Hellas, which are going to drop here in a second, that is the worst part of that first node. Because, yeah, just her ultimate. Especially before that Black Widow comes out. Because then you're getting that stealth. You're getting that offense up, and, yeah, that's just no good. And then, here we go, the 2 Hellas. So this has to be a bug. Yeah, I mean, you've probably seen other content creators talk about it. Kestrel is using her charge here to block those two Gregs, or at least trying to. You see her do the animation like she is right here, but those 2 Gregs are still being summoned. And I've had it in certain nodes or certain fights where depending on who's left standing, I believe the last time I was able to get it work, I had Sif, Red Guardian, Heimdall up. The 2 Hellas came out, and Kestrel blocked the Gregs that time. If you retreat out and come back in, Kestrel still will not block these Gregs. So this is 100% bugged. I refuse to believe that this is working as intended. There's no way it's working as intended, especially if it's forcing you to use Kestrel's charge mechanic. There's no way this is working intended. So the problem is now that you can't use AoEs. You can't use ultimates because every time you kill a Greg, the 2 Hellas are going to summon 2 more. So it's literally like Hydra. Cut off 1 head, 2 more take its place. So at this point, you're relegated to, based on the placement for where those Gregs are, you're probably relegated to just doing single target damage. And this can be a problem. Like if the 2 Gregs are off on the side over next to Red Guardian, I could use some AoE attacks over here in this side and be able to take out those 2 Hellas no problem. But because that Greg is there, there's going to get 2 Gregs if I kill him, and I'm also going to reduce speed bar on my team. So it's really, really annoying. Like, hopefully one day we get it fixed. I don't know when that's going to be. And I kind of lucked out there as well. You know, didn't hit that Greg there. But you have a couple turns on those Gregs before they blow up, and then you start getting more. So you have 2 turns, really, to get rid of those Hellas. So basically, like, because those ultimates are going to absolutely slap with Hela, they need to be your #1 priority. So you've got to take them out ASAP. There you go. There's 1 Hela, and there's the other Hela. But yeah, there you go. So now you can finish off Loki, you can finish off Heimdall, you can finish off Red Guardian. Yeah, there's nothing else too much to say here. It's some tricky stuff. But yeah, once you get past those Hellas, and once they fix the bugs with Greg on this node, this fight's going to be a whole lot easier, I think. It's just those 2 Gregs make it way more complicated than it should be, and obviously they should not be summoned, because Kestrel's trying to block it, and she's not. So there's something weird going on there. Hopefully they get that fixed. So going into the second node, there's a couple of things to watch out for. Number 1, the Ghost Rider on the enemy team. 2, the Silver Samurai and Anti-Venom at the start of the fight. That Silver Samurai is deadly and needs to be taken care of as quickly as possible. Anti-Venom is going to give a lot of buffs to the enemy team, so you need to get disrupted on him pretty quickly here. Don't worry too much about Morbius. You'll get to him in time. You'll get to him eventually. But right now, Anti-Venom and Silver Samurai have got to go. So I've taken care of them, drop them low on health. We get the disrupted on Anti-Venom. That should be okay at this point. But that Silver Samurai, if Silver Samurai gets off his ultimate, he's going to stun someone and very likely kill someone as well. So you cannot let him get to his ultimate. That's going to be his first turn attack. Silver Samurai needs to be your top priority. Also, Nick Fury, if you can get him below half health, get a disrupt on him from Sharon Carter, he's done. Like, there's really nothing else to Nick Fury at that point. So drop him low on health if you need to. The ultimate from Sabretooth and the special from Wolverine can both be countered because Omega Red is not present. So they do not need to be a huge priority there. But that Silver Samurai's got to go. So we're taking care of him now. And we've got another Anti-Venom here. And this is going to be a problem because now we have a Carnage on the team. So this is your second wave. And right now your priority should be getting Ghost Rider under control. We're going to show you why here in a second. Don't let Anti-Venom use his special or his ultimate. You do not want him reviving the other Anti-Venom. That's just going to lead to a vicious cycle of problems here. And this death pool needs to go as well, because if your minions start dying, that death pool is going to go off. You don't want that. Now, Ghost Rider, so you have the multiple man here who can summon minions that are going to taunt. They're not a big deal. Originally, I thought I needed to because of Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider only does his revenge thing on non-summoned ally deaths. So you can kill all the minions with multiple man, and Ghost Rider is not going to retaliate. But if you let Ghost Rider stay up, watch what happens here in a second. This is going to be hilarious. So we have a special here. We're going to kill like 3 characters with this ultimate or the special from Shang-Chi. Watch what happens with Ghost Rider. 1, 2, and 3. That almost destroyed my Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's why you need to leave Ghost... That's why you need to get Ghost Rider in control. So stun him. If there's a way you could blind him, that'd be great. There's no blind on this team, unfortunately. The stun with Sharon Carter works really well here. But yeah, Ghost Rider's got to go. So you got to find a way to control him before taking out other people on your team, on the enemy team. There you go. We're also trying to leave some cooldowns ready to go for the next fight. Like you can see there, we're not going to use the ultimate from Falcon. We're going to pop that first turn on the boss fight. There you go. Get some speed bar reduction on Ghost Rider. Gonna kill off the minion there. Not a big deal. But you can see Ghost Rider did not do his passive there with that. So summon allies dying is not going to trigger Ghost Rider. Not a big issue. There you go. Finish off Ghost Rider, and now we just have Miles left. Now the tricky thing as well is the passive with Ghost Rider, and you can see there's quite a few characters on here who can put out negative effects. So Morbius, Carnage, Anti-Venom can do it. Deathpool can as well. Those are all going to fuel the passive speed bar gain with Ghost Rider, and by proxy, Morbius. So Morbius's special, or his ultimate, let's pull this up. The one thing you got to watch out for on this ultimate with Morbius is that I believe it's unblockable. Let me see here. Yeah, counterattack can break this. So if you have a taunt on Sam before he uses his ultimate, you're going to be fine. But this also can be blocked and countered outside of war. It's only inside of war this cannot be blocked. You got to keep that in mind. That's something I forgot as well at first. But yeah, as long as Morbius isn't really a big deal. As long as you've got counter and taunt on Sam with his special here, Morbius can really be ignored. Morbius is not going to be a big issue here. Plus, you have a lot of bonus resistance with Sam while he has deflect and while he's taunting. So, yeah, not a big deal. Really, your number one priority here needs to be that Ghost Rider, because if you start killing off other enemies, that Ghost Rider goes off, and it's not a good day for you. So that should be your top priority. Get rid of that Ghost Rider. Don't do what I did, and yeah, kind of clean up from there. Miles, don't really need to worry about Miles too much. Doesn't do a lot of damage. He's got a couple of negative effects that you need to watch out for, but nothing too crazy here. So here we are to the boss node, and this is rather straightforward. There's Marauders here, and all you really need to do is get rid of the taunt on Strife, stun Malin Pryor, and the rest will take care of itself. Kesha will block the clone from Sinister. She'll block that first summon from Doom. So not a big deal here. There you go. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get a vulnerable on Malin Pryor here just because we can. And we're actually, I don't use the ultimate, or no, I do use the ultimate first turn here from Shang-Chi. You have to be careful with that in case Doom falls low on health. Really don't want that. I'm just kind of going ham here and just kind of blocking things. Actually, yeah, no, I did this. I went a little too ham here. Ideally, what you want to do is save the ultimate from Shang-Chi to the second turn. Get this Malin stunned as soon as possible, because anytime you hit a Marauder that's low on health, Malin's going to call someone to mind control and attack, and that's probably going to be Doom. But if you stun Malin Pryor with Sharon here, she's not going to mind control. So up on your higher difficulties, you definitely need to stun Malin Pryor, and then worry secondly about ability blocking Doom. Because yeah, if you let Malin go off here, especially if she uses her special or ultimate, you're gonna take a lot of damage on your team. You're gonna get an ability block on Maria, which is not good for anybody. You just really don't want that. There you go. You can see she's calling Doom to attack. So yeah, we'll get ability block and defense down here on the characters. There you go. And yeah. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to use a special here with Kestrel. And that Emma's down as well now. And this is why ideally you want to get rid of Malin as quickly as possible, because now that Emma needs to be your top priority. So you're going to take care of that Emma before she can, there you go, there's the other Madeline. I knew there was another Madeline. So now you've got another Madeline. And this is where you can basically, yeah, call on the minions, But you have to be careful because now we've got 2 Carnages. So this can be tricky. So we're going to stun Madeline here. There you go. Gets rid of that Emma over there. And now we're going to start focusing down some of these other characters. Really, I should be going for the 2 Carnages right now. Because, yeah, if those minions start falling low on health, we're in big trouble here. That Polaris is gonna try to call everybody together and apply Disrupt. She can really drop those minions low on health. So, honestly, you may be better off just not calling minions right away. But because of those 2 Carnages, that's the 2 Carnages. We're not on the second node. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of straightforward on that boss node. There's not a lot to really watch out for. Just control the Madeline Priors, ability block Doom, and you're kind of set. Obviously, once that second node comes down, start working on those 2 Carnages. Obviously, after you get rid of the Madeline Prior and the Emma. The Marauder should always be your top priority. Really, in any section of these raids, those Madeline Priors are a pain in the butt, and they should be your top priority. They just got a lot of damage. They call someone to attack. It's not a fun time. So Madeline Prior should always be your #1 priority if they're on the board. Then focus on Doom, obviously, for the boss node, and then finish off the rest of the Marauders. But let me know what you guys think. How have you guys been doing with the skill nodes? Have you guys been enjoying them? Are you guys having trouble with them? Let me know down below. As always, make sure that like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.